And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Bryan Broaddus is waving a magical wand, getting ready for the mock draft that they're going to do on the draft show tomorrow. I'm not going to be there, but I always encourage y'all to watch whether I'm there or not. I think it's going to be a fun little thing to do there on the draft show tomorrow there. You had some commentary on that, Bryan?
With the first pick, Bryan Broaddus picking for the Tennessee Titans.
Right, don't even say it right now. Don't even say it. Say it later.
The Titans take.
No, save it.
Josh Simmons, tackle Ohio State.
Bryan, I think that'll be a fantastic pick. I think that'll be a fantastic pick. You take the best left tackle in the draft at first overall. I think that'd be fantastic. What's this dance you doing? What the business? Hey, what you doing, Bryan? Slow down. Don't hurt yourself. It should be a fun show tomorrow, Brad.
It will be a fun show tomorrow. Yeah, we are. If I'm sure maybe tomorrow night we'll probably break it down how much we messed that thing up.
Oh, we're gonna recap that.
Yeah, we've all got our teams that we're responsible for. My teams, just to give you an idea, I've got the Titans at 1, the Raiders at 6, the 49ers at 11. Cardinals at 16, Steelers at 21, Rams at 26, and Chiefs at 31. Nick Harris will do the honors for the Dallas Cowboys tomorrow in the mock draft. So
Nick gonna take Michael Williams, and that's gonna upset me. It's all right. It's all right.
Think he will?
Yeah, because he's tied into this thing, so he's probably gonna take Michael Williams. He better not, but we'll see. But Bryan, I tell you what we got tonight, though, Bryan.
Yeah.
We got 3 prospects, Bryan. And I like 2 of them a bunch. One's an extra. I got 2 4s and an extra today, Bryan.
Oh, man. Okay, this is going to be hard.
Oh, man.
No, this is going to be hard because I do think that Logan Brown kind of fits your eye a little bit with the movement.
Jesus, Bryan. Logan Brown's my extra, man.
Is he really? Okay.
It's my extra.
I'm slipping here late in the day.
Because it's when we get to round 4 and 5.
At 6'6", 311, I thought he would fit your eye a little bit.
He has some fantastic measurables, Bryan, but I care about if you could play football or not. Who other like the Dallas Cowboys?
Okay. Then you went let me do it then. You did Strong, Nash, Brown is what you did.
I like Nash first.
Okay. I just effed up the day today.
You did. It's all right.
First time I've been wrong in like months, I think.
You normally get it good, Bryan, so I ain't gonna do you wrong.
I'm interested. I'm interested to see what you're thinking about Brown.
Okay, I'll hop right into it, Bryan. You are correct in the way that he does have fantastic measurables, Bryan Broaddus. He'll look the bill. You remember how we was talking about Chase Lunt? And and you was like, oh, Chase Lunt is Terrence Steele. You know what I'm saying? I think you're on to something. But Chase Lunt is Terrence Steele when he was good. Logan Brown is Terrence Steele when he was bad. Like first bad, like not this now Terrence that we working with, but when he first came out of Texas Tech. I do think Logan Brown can move around a little bit. He's 6'6", 311, 84-inch wingspan, Bryan Broaddus, which the Dallas Cowboys will love that in day 3 somewhere. And I do think we're at the point where we're looking at traits, right? Where we're looking for these traits guys, right? So if you're looking for an offensive lineman to send the Duke Manyweather, and he's got some pretty decent movement, I'll say. Kansas runs a lot of outside zone, Bryan. I don't know what it is about these teams, but he did a lot of reaching for them. And I feel like his movement for the reach was always cool, but he never really got his head over on the other side, though, Bryan. That's one thing I noticed. He'll get over there, but he'll never cover up the defender all the way. He'll never get his head over there. Bryan, he gets really tall, man. His pad level stays really high. I think he wants to be a good technique guy, but those hands get a little high sometimes too, and that could be a result of him being kind of tall, Bryan. I don't know. That's just me. I don't think he bullied people off the ball or anything like that. I think he's more of a finesse guy, and that's cool. I think when he gets to the second level, like I said, he gets there cool, but sometimes he'll over pursue or like overshoot the angle a little bit, and he'll miss, but he'll get there pretty cool. So I think he's a ball of clay type guy that has some really good traits, but I don't think he's really, really good at football. Other times it looked like he just don't know the plays, Brian. He be out there stepping out wide and everybody else go the other way. I'm like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? You laughing because you know what I'm talking about. So, you know, my extras is, you know, I'm just not including 6th and 7th round guys. If they take him in the in the 6th round,
so you get him in the 6th round then potentially, right?
He's in the extras, Brian. He's in the extras. He's right there with Crenshaw Dixon. But he just didn't play enough football well enough for me to like him, Brian.
I got this kid in the 4th round.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I knew you'd like that. I knew you'd like that. I figured this guy fit your eye, but I think you had a bad day. You okay? You scouting okay?
I'm floor guy.
Right? You feel good?
I'm floor guy. I need to see something. I need to see.
Feel good?
I feel.
Are you dealing with anything right now? Is it
I'm dealing with a lot to be. I'm dealing with a lot, but I'm doing all right, bro. My eyes. I got some new contacts today too. My eyes are fine.
Okay.
Oh, Brian, hold on. And I got this new fancy ass pen, Brian. I got a fountain pen now. Hold on, let me put that.
Where'd you get a fountain pen from,
Brian? I'm a fancy man that's upgrading my overall culture, and the fancy men says it'll be fly as hell if you take a fountain pen out of your breast pocket and sign a receipt when you go out somewhere nice. So I had to give you a cool ass little fountain pen, right? What you mean? And you asking me, am I all right? I'm fine. You just missed Logan Brown.
Wait a minute. When did you turn into a bad scout? When you're being fancy man, did you turn into a bad scout man too? What's going on with you?
It's not April Fool's yet, Brian. So I don't know why you even say that, but please convince me that I'm wrong about Logan Brown and why you.
This guy started at Wisconsin. He did. He's a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. And he ran a 5.15 at the 40, 32-inch vertical jump. Boy, I like the size. I like the movement for the position. You know what? I kind of saw where he can one-on-one dry block, and then he can angle block with the down block stuff. I saw a guy that got movement in the running game. I saw him. I mean, he's made starts at left tackle. He's made starts at right tackle. I kind of like I say, the build about him. You're right about the overset. You're right about that.
I'm right about everything. But go ahead.
But I think he stays connected to his guy. I think he stays connected to, and I think he plays through those hips and his finish, the pulling. He gets up on the linebacker, the size, the length. I think that helps him in pass protection, the balance, the quickness. I watched Iowa State, Colorado were the couple of games that I watched on him there.
Now, see, Brian, but I think that's something that we have to consider. We've watched a few offensive linemen that play against Colorado. I think that may mean something. Colorado and Texas A&M offensive linemen look real good versus them. So I think you might need to just keep your eye out for that one, Brian, because I saw the film too, and I was like, oh, he's just doing it because it's Colorado. His Iowa State film ain't nowhere near as good as that Colorado film.
I think, man, to me though, I was more impressed than you with this kid. I think he's got the athletic ability. I think he's got the movement skills. I think he can stay connected. I think, when you, as a puller, the size, the length, the pass protection, the balance, the quick set. I mean, there were some times where he's off balance. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
But I think it's when he's off balance is what you were talking about, the overset stuff, and maybe they're going too wide, because he could kick too wide. And then he has to kind of scramble back into position, and his legs a little straight at times. But I could see why this guy at that size, and maybe you're onto something here with like a ceiling guy. Man, I just thought this kid, when I was, we're looking at guys, and now you and I are in that mode where we're looking at. You mentioned it, with Crenshaw, Dickinson,
right?
Cornelius, Pierce,
the traits dudes, the traits guys.
Yeah. I'm like, those are all my 5th round guys. I'm thinking this guy looks better than those guys.
Well, see,
and I'll tell you, I don't. By the way, we need to revisit something too, real quick. the kid Belton is North Carolina State.
Yes, sir.
We did him really, really, really early in the. Where do you have Anthony Belton tackle North Carolina State?
I actually put him at guard, Brian, because I thought his feet were really
6'6",
slow.
336. Yeah,
you know, kind of long arms or whatever. So I put Belton in the 4th round with Jonah from Zona.
Okay. So you got him playing guard then, is what you do.
Yeah, but
he's a slow-footed guy. See, I have him down. I was trying to remember what we taught, and I went back and read him, and I'm like, because he's that guy at the top of the 5th round for me, right? I'm like, and I've seen people talk about him better, but I'm with you, man. I saw a slow-footed guy. I'm not trying to change the subject.
No. See, Brown, what happens is
I saw Brown. I saw Brown over like that guy.
Yeah. See, Brown, what happens is if you're a tackle, but I think you're a guard, I'll just do you a favor and put you at guard. I won't just leave you at tackle. You know what I'm saying? So like Wyatt Milam tackle, but I got him at guard on my board. Belton and Jonah from Zona. Even Jalen Rivers, I think from Miami. I went ahead and moved those guys over because that's where
I agree with you on that.
I think Holland, Pierce, Cornelius, Dixon, and Brown, I think those are all tackles. I think they're all tackles. And to your point, I think they're all traits guys, right? It just depends on which traits you like more. I'm floor guy in general, right? So
I don't think you're wrong about that. Yeah. Me in the floor guy speech.
So I got Pierce over all those guys and look, Pierce isn't perfect, but I think Pierce uses his length the best. You understand what I'm saying? Like when he gets to my team as a ball of clay and all these other guys, they're all balls of clay. I can look at Pierce and go, okay, well, you're heavy and you got length. That's why I got him over these guys. But the rest of them are way more athletic than him. They're all more athletic than Pierce. So at this point, me and you are really picking traits that we like. And I would always take the stronger guy over the athlete guy.
Yeah. I thought this kid was too good of an athlete and movement and stuff to be in that slow-footed, heavy group of guys. The fifth, and that's kind of where I have all those kind of those 5th round guys like that.
Sure.
And I even include Pierce in that. He might prove me now. You know me, I can't evaluate a weak tackle. I can't evaluate those guys. They get me every single time. And I might be right about the Lunt kid. I might be right about Lunt.
I got him in the 3rd, Brian. I like him a lot.
Okay. Well, you like him better than me then. Yeah. You like him better than me.
Like him a lot.
But I kind of feel like I got maybe these athletic tackle guys. I kind of have them in a little pocket together.
Yeah.
So that's why I went when I went the way I did with this kid. It's a shame you're wrong about him, though.
Hey, Brian, we got a lot of bets to write down and come back to. But Brian, I thought this kid Logan Brown. I mean, pardon me. Our guy Dorian Strong. The cornerback from Virginia Tech. Did you have him 3rd or 1st?
I had him in the 4th, actually.
No. I'm talking about like in your ranking and like where you like him. Is he your first favorite guy tonight? Second favorite guy? Third tonight?
He is my. He is going to be first, then Nash, then Brown is how I went.
Brian,
and all those guys, Nash, Brown, and Strong, all in the 4th round. That's why the other day when you and I were talking, I was like going. Remember, I said you're going to like this list of guys. You're going to like these guys. I think you're going to like these guys. So where did you put, did you put Strong in the 3rd?
I got Strong in the 4th.
Okay.
But you remember when we watched Noah Williams, Brian? Yes. And we had this overwhelming feeling of why are we watching this dude so late?
Yeah. You had the same feeling with this guy, didn't you?
Now, I eventually put Noah Williams in the 2nd round because I love him so much, Brian, and I'm just 10 toes down on that.
Yeah.
Strong might end up being a 3rd round guy for me, but I got him in the 4th right now. But Brian, anytime you can get a combination of a player that they're fantastic in man coverage.
Yes.
And they're really smart.
Yeah.
And they have great awareness, right? I think this dude as a press man cover guy, he gets after it, Bryan Broaddus. And look, I get impatient, right? Because they run a lot of zone at Virginia Tech. They run a bunch of, cover 3 or whatever. I'm like, man, put them up there. Let them, corner film already boring to me. I'm like, put them up there. And man, when they put him up there in man coverage, Bryan, he gets a little scrappy. I think you have to tone that back a little bit because sometimes he'll be at the 10-yard line still grabbing on to people. But it's cool because you can dial that back. I'd rather you be more physical and then I'll have to dial you back. Bryan, I think he has some really good hips. I think he has I think he got some really good feet, good change of direction. I'm describing this kid as a damn third round player. Really good change of direction. And Bryan, he ain't got a whole bunch of picks, but I think he finds the ball in the air really well.
I think he's got bad hands.
He probably can't catch, but he finds the ball.
Bryan, he can't catch. He had the 2 interceptions he had were against Duke.
Yeah.
And you can watch him, and it's like but there were other times you could watch him, and he's fighting the ball.
Yeah,
he's kind of fighting it a little bit. So I don't know how good his hands are.
Bryan,
I really don't.
This play made me lose my mind. And mind you, cornerbacks wearing number 44 is weird looking. But Bryan, this play right here versus Miami, he's at the bottom of the screen right here, Bryan. I just want to run this, and then we'll just come back and talk about it. Bailing out, they're in zone.
And then flip it,
Oh, Bryan.
Yes.
Sir, can we talk?
Yeah.
Can we talk? It looks like he's covering deep thirds.
He's got deep third,
Deep thirds there in some cover 3. He's responsible for this sideline right here. Bryan, the wide receiver has the inside leverage.
Well, they're actually like in cover 2. Like they're trying to funnel.
It's weird looking, right?
See, they're in cover 2 and they're trying to funnel. They're trying to funnel the routes inside is what they're trying to do.
Right.
Their safeties.
Right.
Yeah, I got you.
But he has deep thirds though. And both these wide receivers have the inside leverage on him. They got the inside leverage on him. He's gonna pass this guy along, but he keeps his eyes on Cam Ward, Bryan. And then the ball's in the air. He's gonna flip and play the ball, Bryan. He doesn't get lost in open space. He doesn't get lost, and he instantly finds the football in the air and makes a play on it. I say, Bryan, hey, man, if you can keep doing some more of this on top of me thinking he's an impressive press man cover guy in general, oh, my goodness, Bryan, bro. I'm describing him as a third round player. The only thing where he's kind of going to have trouble with, I don't know how fast he is, but all my favorite corners are 4 or 5 guys, Bryan. All my favorite corners he's a 4 or 5 guy. All my favorite corners in this draft are 4 or 5 guys. And I think he's gonna have to dial in his hands because he gets kind of grabby and handsy or whatever. And,
he will do that.
But Bryan, besides that, I see a guy. He's a high floor dude for me, Bryan. This is a high floor dude for me. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and move him in the late third because I'm describing him as a late third guy, Bryan. I'm just going to go ahead and put him there. But please, go ahead, tell me.
Your hand times from the floor at the combine, 4.45, 4.51, 4.46, 4.53.
Okay.
Electronic time is a 4.50, 4.51.
Okay.
So he's right around what you think he's going to be, a 4.5 guy.
Yeah.
The guys you're talking about. I'll tell you what, he looks thin though. God, doesn't he look thin at 185 pounds sitting there?
He does,
6'1"?
Bryan. He does, Bryan. But at least he ain't 160. But go ahead, please.
No. I have like our guy from Mississippi State. That was I said this rail thin athlete who plays with a chip on his shoulder. There's some smoothness in the way he moves. Great press man corner, moves his feet for the position, knows how to keep leverage and route, is comfortable carrying routes all over the field. He plays with his hands. He has to be careful in order not to be too grabby. I think dead balls got him right there. I think he can be disruptive in the way he goes about his job. He'll get his hands on the ball due to footwork and length. His 2 interceptions came against Duke on poorly thrown passes where he was kind of in the right place at the right time. I've seen him on others where he's had chances and he fought the ball. I think this kid's a gambler by nature. But I think he knows how to get away with it.
Yeah.
And I think he has a feel for how to play around the receiver in order to knock the ball away. I feel like he does a good job of driving on the ball when necessary. There's an element to his game of be able to read a quarterback. You saw that in the Miami game. I think that was very evident, the play that you showed. He plays the ball well downfield. He gets his eyes around the right time. He'll engage in the running game despite his build. He does a good job of closing on the ball carrier and wrapping up the position. Okay, I have him in the fourth. And I have him in the fourth, but I've got him by all those guys like Parrish, Riley, Huzzy.
All the nickel guys,
all the nickel guys. And the thing that I'm learning, Voch, the thing that I'm learning with you and I's, what we're doing this exercise, me personally, I probably have those guys that I mentioned, the Parrish, the Rileys, the Huzzies, and the Strongs.
They're going to third. They're
around low. They're around low. They're around low.
I agree.
And it's the more I keep doing it, and what I'm trying to do is, like, I'm saying, well, he's not better than Huzzy, or he's not better than Riley, or he's not better than Parrish. And what's happening, those guys are already in the fourth round for me, so I'm sticking this guy behind him in the fourth, when in reality, they're all probably third-round players.
Yeah.
They're all, I mean, the exercise that I've learned with you doing this on a nightly basis is that group for me, those nickels with him, with I might have those dudes around low. And all of a sudden they start coming off the board in the third round. I'm going to go, okay. My intuition was right on that. Those all are probably third round players that should be. But I've got them stacked in there in the fourth. And I'm kind of like thinking, why did I do that? When they're reading more like third round players.
They all are.
Should be picked in. They all are. They're absolutely all are. I'm learning that. That right there. That's because you're right. The way that the way this is shaken out right now, that all those guys, but I'm not okay. Dotson, Bryant, Alexander, fourth round guys. And see, this is where I think I might be low, because you mentioned Noel Williams. I got Noel Williams in the third. I have Hairston in the third.
Yeah.
See, I'm probably around low on those guys.
Hairston should probably be a second round guy, by now. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
We got to revisit corners, Brian. That's all it is. We got to revisit the corner board.
I mean, but to me, it's encouraging. Yeah. It's encouraging for, if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, if you're watching us and you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, then you're probably thinking, well, damn, Dallas needs corners.
Yeah.
And so in the third round, you got to feel like that you're going to get a corner with some quality to him. This kid's a good player.
Yeah.
He really, really is a good player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, who would have thought corner was the one that's going to run away with this thing with all the value? We've watched, let's see, Brian, we've watched 17 corners.
Yeah.
I think we got room for more. I think it's room for more.
I do too. I do too. I do too. And you got to keep after it though, for sure.
Yeah.
Because there's I think there's a couple others that we have, and I know we'll get to them when we still got time for this thing.
Yeah.
But man, what I'm learning about my stack and my board, gosh, probably around low on Hairston and Noel Williams. I wonder, Voch, this, and I need to ask Gang of Seven about this. Where is Noel Williams on their boards?
That's what we need to know. Because I'm high on him.
Because we might be super, super high on Noel Williams from Cal.
Yeah.
We might be super high on them. And it's funny because in the same thing, here's another one that I'm learning about. Mabuka from Texas.
Brian, I was talking to Foots today about him. There is no way that kid is a third, fourth round guy. There's no way. Media scouts just haven't asked the right real whoever about him. Makuba is a dude, Bryan Broaddus, and I think media guys are behind on him. I think they're behind on him. That dude is a top 50 or so player to me. I'll just say in my personal opinion, and I don't want to call nobody else's opinion nonsense because y'all do the work. Andrew Makuba is a top 50 prospect for me, and to just see him projected in the 120 somewhere, that's nonsense, Brian. It's nonsense.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, and so that's one of those ones I'm kind of like, and I put that down with my Walker note and then ask about Makuba too. And I will get, like I say, I will get my board to my gang of sevens, and it'll be like an English class in 5th grade when they had that teacher had a red pen and she's just marking all over it.
Yeah.
That's probably what's going to happen. But I got to get these corners in better order. Yeah. I don't feel great right now. I feel great about the players. I don't feel like I have them where they need to be to make sure that I go get one at 77. You know, they deserve to be picked at 77 and not in the 4th round.
Well, let me know what Gang of 7 says.
Yeah, I'm on that. I'm on those two.
Brian,
because we got to ask about Walker, the defensive tackle from Kentucky as well.
Brian, why don't you lead us off and tell us what you think about Cooper Kupp? I mean, Nick Nash, the wide receiver from San Jose. I'll just tell him what you think about him.
Nick Nash. He came to San Jose State as a quarterback, actually. 6'3", he's 203. He isn't the fastest or the quickest for the position, but he will catch everything in sight. Everything. He will win his share of balls in the air. If he has free access, that's his best chance for getting up the field. I think he did struggle some against some press coverages. He's really deceptive with the ball in his hands after catch, but he's shown the ability to make people miss. So that's why I get the deceptive part of it. He could really extend for the ball in the air, impressive catch radius for the position. He does play with body control, balance, outstanding when just getting his feet in the right position, outstanding hand strength in order to bring the ball down. He just doesn't play with much suddenness or quickness. He could play in a couple of different spots. Matter of fact, he had 91 receptions this year of his total of 104. 91 of these receptions came from the slot. I looked that up. I'm like, how much is he playing in the slot? And 91 of his 104 receptions for 1,244 yards came from the slot. His catches and yards were first in the country. I think he'll need to be in a scheme where they can kind of free him up coming off the line and give him the best chance. As I mentioned, he had 101 receptions on 171 targets for the season. That led the nation. I think this kid is when you look at the way that he plays, I mean, it is like that ball in the air is his ball. He's the way he extends. I just wish that he was faster and quicker. I don't think that, but when they put the ball in his hands, there is some deception to the way he runs. I have him in the 4th round myself. And so what I was trying to do was, where do I put him? I still like Bryant from Illinois. I still like our guy Hudson from Central Florida. Higgins, Nash, maybe the same guys. Maybe Higgins and Nash, kind of the same player. Those are my 4th round wide receivers.
I have Hudson over him. Go ahead, please.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry. I was done.
I have Hudson over him still. I'm still a big fan of Kobe Hudson, but I have him over Bryant and Higgins.
Okay.
Because if you want to impress me, be a fantastic route runner. Catch everything. And have a little bit of yak to you. I think he has some really good yak to him. I think, sometimes these guys will line up in the slot and they may not look as big as they really are till you get up on them. And he's 6'2" for real, but they got
6'2" his measurements
6'3".
Excuse me, let me get that for you for sure. 6'3", 203.
Okay, it's harder to tackle some of those taller type guys or whatnot. You know what I mean?
Well, so Higgins is that way. Higgins at Iowa State.
Higgins, that way Ted is that way. Like they just kind of slip off of the taller body. But Brian, as I was watching him, man, and I do think he belongs in the 4th because you're right about his athletic profile physically. He's not impressive physically, but he looks like one of those guys to where, man, you draft him in the 4th round and he's one of the best receivers in the game because he does like the mechanical things really well. Like he runs routes. He's very deceptive. I wouldn't call him sudden, but he's very very deceptive. Like he knows how to push off and separate and things like that.
Exactly. Exactly.
And I think those hands are legit. Like he's one of those Hunter Renfrow kind of guys, one of those Cooper Kupp kind of guys. He's not going to be the highest drafted, but he's a high utility dude. like you said, if he's in the right scheme, I could see him being a really good, just a really good player for you, Bryan Broaddus. I got him in the 4th. I like him a lot, and he does all the things I like. And I'm just upset, man. The Cowboys need to find a way to get a 4, because if you miss on taking receivers early and you in the 4th round and you may slip around and get Nick Nash in the 4th, I could see the vision there. I could see him being better than Jalen Brooks right now, or better than Mingo and them right now.
Tolbert and stuff like that. Yeah. I mean, I wonder if they're going to take Tolbert. Does Tolbert keep them from drafting? And me personally, I think they need a big time receiver. And if they take one at 12, I'll be happy about that. If it's our guy McMillan, or if it's your guy Golden, or anybody like that. I by the way, I don't think they're going to like Burton. So okay. I think it's going to come down to like McMillan, like Golden, like Ibuka.
Okay.
I'm going to leave Burton on my board where he is in the round, because that's kind of where I think he is.
Sure.
But if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, I'm thinking that it's McMillan and Golden, Ibuka, if that's a possibility at 12.
Yeah. I respect that. You know, and
I think that's how you have it, right? That's kind of how you have it.
That's
right?
exactly how I got it. And Bryan, we're just not privy to the interviews. We don't get a chance to sit and talk to them, so we don't know what they're thinking. But Bryan, if me and you are doing the show Friday night and he falls to 44, I'm gonna jump up and scream like, "Hey, that's a first round grade on my board." I'm not gonna move him around at all. So
but that's kind of where we're at. But I think that there's going to be. I just hope that Mingo doesn't keep them from. They're like, well, we need to give Mingo a chance. He's our big body guy. See, didn't they do that with Dowdle last year? They're like, well, these guys, this runner is the same as Dowdle, know. And you're like, no, please don't do that.
We don't want that
draft.
We don't want that. I just don't. You are right about the whole Mingo thing. I don't want them to be too comfortable with Mingo, but I don't want them to be too comfortable with Turpin neither. Like they just paid Turpin, and they were like, "Hey, Turpin needs to step up and be one of our big 3 guys." And Tolbert,
well, he might be 11 personnel guys. What they might be thinking there,
So I just hope they don't get too comfy with that. If you have a McMillan, you can live with Turpin and Tolbert as your 3rd guy, but you can't live with Turpin and Tolbert as number 2 and 3. That you just can't live with that.
Yeah, you're right. You're not right. Yeah.
Fantastic.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Hey man, you gonna get enough calling me wrong today, Bryan. God, leave it. Hey man,
I just can't believe you started the show off so poorly. I think you rallied well, though,
Bryan.
I think you rallied well today. I really do. I do appreciate the effort today.
You will be surprised when we get to next season, like right around October, November, man. I'm waiting on you to pat me on the shoulder, be like, man, Voch, man, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry.
Real quick before we go, I know I mentioned about who should Tennessee take at number 1 tomorrow for the draft show, mock draft.
I mean, if we being realistic, they should take the quarterback.
Cam Ward.
Yeah, I mean, if you believe in the quarterback, they'll change the face of your franchise there. But
what if I tried it? Okay, what if they let me trade and I went down to 3 where Wolchuk was with the Giants and let him have the first overall pick? Would you fear Cam Ward going to the Giants?
So if, as a Cowboy fan, no, I don't fear Cam Ward like that. I don't think Cam Ward like he's Jaden Daniels or any of these other like top tier guys. I don't feel bad about facing Cam Ward or Sanders 2 times a year. Now if the Giants lose some more and we got to deal with Arch Manning or something like that, then I think that's a little different. But
sure.
No, Cam don't bother me like that.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, another thrilling edition of the
another
Doing All Right.
award-winning edition.
We're gonna get an Emmy.
We're doing all right.
We're gonna get an Emmy.
Hell yeah, we're gonna get a sports Emmy out of this. You watch.
I hope so, Bryan. You know what I'm saying? I need some accolades there. Y'all tell us what y'all think of those players, if y'all even watch Logan Brown or not. But tell us what y'all think about Nick Nash and Dorian Strong. Those are 2 good players for you to watch. And yeah, y'all follow me on VOCHLONBARDI and BRY Bryan Broaddus, and we'll be giving you updates. And y'all be sure to watch the I won't be on, but y'all can be sure to watch the draft show tomorrow. They're gonna be having this this riveting mock draft there that they're all gonna throw together. And I'll be in the how about this? Y'all go watch live, and I'll be in the YouTube comments. We'll be in the YouTube chat just giving commentary. I think that'll be fun. That'd be a cool little thing to do.
That'd be cool. There you go.
That'd be cool. All right. Y'all hold it down for the Doski Woes and Peasky Weesky, man. Love y'all to pieces. Until next time. Crown.